Hello, in this Visual Basic programming tutorial, I am going to show you scope. So up till now, apart from the destructor in the car class, I only used the public keyword at the start, and I kept saying I will explain it, and this is that video on scope. So it's all to do with scope. So there are three main keywords that you can use in your class. You can have public, yes. You can have protected. You might be able to guess what some of these do to some extent. So public, protected, and private. So public means if it's public, it can be accessed within the class itself. So, like here, we got this method that accesses its own properties. It can be accessed from a class that inherits from that class as well, as you can see speed and how far accessible here. And it can be accessed outside of the class as well. So like here, via the object. So whether that's a variable or whether that is a method. Okay, so that's public. Protected, on the other hand, can be accessed within itself, within the class that is declared. It can be accessed within a class that, inherits that particular class, but it cannot be accessed outside. So let me show you this. So we can see that health is being used here. So outside of any class, it's being used inside of an inherited class, and it's being used inside the class itself. So if I change this to protected, that's fine. We get no errors here. But if we scroll down, we get errors here. If we hover over, it says health is not accessible in this context because it is protected. So let me show you the final one. Private. You might be able to guess what this one does now. It's accessible only within the class that it is declared. So if I make, if I make this one private, so I make the speed private, I can use it here. I could do, speed equals 9, for example. That's fine. I'm not going to put it there because this is to do with damage in the car, but I'll get no red lines. If I scroll down, however, in the class that inherits the car class, it's not accessible because it's fully private now, and it's inaccessible outside as well. So that's what scope is. That is literally all it is. So when you see public, protected, or private, and this is literally one of the things that I would say is most universal from Visual Basic to other programming languages. Public, it can be accessed anywhere inside the class, inside of classes that inherit from that class, and outside of the class, via object creation. Protected can be accessed within the class that is declared in, within a class that inherits from that class, but not outside of the class via an object, for example. And private can only be accessed within the class that it is declared, and I will deal with this driver later on. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next programming tutorial.